I would like to direct this to the distinguished members of the panel. You lousy corksuckers. You have violated my Fargan rights. This Samanambaching country was founded so that the liberties of common patriotic citizens like me could not be taken away by a bunch of Fargan iceholes like yourselves. Thank you very much.
It said every woman the other day. And every day for the last couple weeks. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another Live. I'm J.
I am your Ms. Parker.
And right when I'm trying to pitch the show, but hey, Joe Rogan does it, and he's 100 millionaire.
Elon Musk did
on
it.
His show.
Okay, so you said you had something, the perfect way to lead in here. Did you remember what that was?
No.
Okay, well, maybe it'll
smoke that joint. That's it.
Okay, so we're going to report on something that I came across yesterday. And I know I read the New York Times this morning. Russia is gaining a lot of ground in Ukraine. But when I read stories like this, I feel like it kind of lifts the lid on what might be going on with the Russians internally, the people who are actually doing the fighting, what they might be thinking. Okay, so this is from the Insider, and the head.
Don't do it.
Okay, so actually, this is a tease for the next segment, but the headline is intercepted audio said Russian soldiers almost blew up a top general for ordering them to the front line.
Okay.
So that is coming up in the next segment. But right now, we've got some...
You know I can't resist the little Locke.
Yeah, there's some fresh pastor Locke, and it's the intro to what we showed yesterday. So this is some fresh stuff, and it's going to lead into some stuff that we already talked about.
I feel like Pastor Locke is a crutch.
Well, yeah.
I mean, for people, but also himself. He's his own crutch. There we go. Anyway.
Well, Madison Cawthorn, well, he's going to be on crutch.
You know what? The one thing he's got going for him. Do you want me to go right back to the beginning?
Just go to the beginning of this.
Okay.
What? Tell me what was it? Madikoth? What he's got going for him?
No.
Locke?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a lot of things going for him.
YourMsParker says
you can come.
Hey, look, Pastor Locke. Look, this fine specimen of a woman thinks that you're handsome for some ass reason.
Hey, I mean. If you're born handsome, you're handsome. I mean, it's got nothing to do with your character.
No, you're right. I mean, I bet he knows.
I was just gonna rip on some of the people you find attractive, but
I bet he can throw a ball real good with his illegitimate kid. Does he even have kids?
Well, he has 6 of them, actually.
Okay.
I'll tell you something. He's redeemed my life from destruction.
Now we talked about
I was on a Gregory Dwayne Locke warpath for years, going my way, doing my thing,
and you're not anymore.
And my life had been destroyed. My mind was destroyed. My emotions were destroyed. My family was destroyed.
2 out of 3 still.
Wait a minute.
Your emotions and your mind, I think, are
didn't he divorce his wife to marry his secretary?
Yeah.
I mean, shit's got to be legit, right?
You keep saying that, but he keeps going on like he's the righteous dude. Right. So
okay. Let's hear a little.
Else to the quick, stayed up every night. Where's he at? With basketball-sized posters, just wondering when the police were going to call, and they did. Everywhere I went. It's interesting, you know, Jesus said a prophet's not without honor but in his own country. So I came back to my own country, right? And people are like, Greg Locke's a pastor?
That should tell you everything right there. Greg Locke's a fucking pastor?
Yeah, he went from one lunatic world to another.
You know he's a psychopath, right? It's like, you know that, right? It's like, yeah, but isn't it great?
Yeah, go on and see what he has to say. It gets silly. Gets real silly.
I love the
Vanilla
piano.
Ice
I think I
is a
can.
Oh,
pastor?
no. Go back.
And people are like, Greg Locke's a pastor?
I
Vanilla
would have gone
Ice
with a dong.
is a pastor?
Did you just hear him say he's Vanilla Ice?
Dun. So I'll be
Okay.
Come on, that was funny.
First of
Dun,
all,
dun, 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 dun.
Vanilla Ice is legitimately famous.
Legitimately famous
You're
and
famous
legitimately
for-
a fucking
You're
moron.
famous for burning books and talking about demons and witches and whatnot.
And doing a witch dance on stage
Look, I mean,
and yelling your ass off.
dude, Vanilla Ice never lied to me. He said, ice, ice, baby. I said, too cold. Too cold. Now, this guy,
honest with you. Yeah. And everybody's like, you gotta be kidding me. There's a bus driver in this
play this in
town.
one hand.
Okay.
I guess she's still alive. I'm not gonna embarrass her.
Okay,
and
that's
give her
what we got into
I
yesterday.
guess she's still alive, but then I killed her.
After I made her quit her job
Left
after
her,
30 years.
buried her in Ohio.
I knew a guy in high school. I actually went out with him for a while. After I graduated high school, he was still in high school, and there was a
None of this is true.
there was a Spanish teacher, Mr. Henry, who Senor Henry. I never had him as a teacher, but apparently he was notoriously not a great teacher. And my old friend, my ex-boyfriend Mike, he told me this story. We were at a party, and he said, "Oh yeah, let me tell you the story of how
Whenever there's a mic involved."
He said, "Let me tell you the story of how I made Mr. Henry quit on the spot." That teacher fucking walked out and never came back. I can't remember what he did. I think it was kind of some last straw stuff. It was like he was done anyway.
Look, Miss Parker likes to put her victims in the Northeast Ohio. Just so if you're looking, that's where you go.
I don't know where that came from.
David Dansky's like, shit. Mr. Dansky's like, oh my God.
What are you
I'm
talking
next.
about?
Miss Parker buried her classmates.
No, the only teacher I ever buried was in 4th grade because I figured out she could not hit me.
No, but that was pretty fast. That was pretty fast and harsh to get him to like just roll out like that.
No, I didn't do it. It was my ex-boyfriend Mike did it. After I left high school, Mr. Henry quit because of this guy. He just rode his shit so hard, the guy just threw everything down and walked out and never came back. That had nothing to do with me. I never even had that teacher.
Nothing at all.
Nothing to do with
Dude,
me.
what did you just say? You said that Mike did this thing because of you.
Oh, you're drawing lines where there ain't no lines, honey. I'd been away for a while. I was off at college.
Back to Pastor Locke.
What about Pastor Locke?
Well, drawing lines where there aren't any. Also, that suit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that suit.
Hey, they make fun of president suits. We might as well make fun of basically the spiritual leader for a large portion of the southern eastern United States right now.
Well, I'm not going to name any names.
This guy is gathering. The momentum is there. Whether he could survive it, right? But I mean, you didn't know Baker, right? You're no Falwell,
you know,
son.
When his illegitimate kids start to become of age, there's going to be a lot of 23andMe action going on.
When he ditches his 501c3,
he's going to end up being the fucking Attila the Hun of the South.
When he ditches his 501c3 and gets enough money to run, do you think he'll do it?
Run for office?
Yeah. He is making moves.
Yeah, he is.
He is saying his political platforms, which are threatening his 501c3. Why not give it up, start a PAC, and get that real cheddar? That real Tennessee cheddar,
The
son.
prophet, as I said in the last segment, the prophet right here. I mean, it looks logical. Well, you know what? You're not a prophet.
It's what I would do.
You
Look,
just-
I'm evil.
You take the pieces of information, you run them through the
Evil construct.
machine,
I go,
and
if I
then
was-
you
what
spit
would I-
out a conclusion.
What
a
would I do?
prediction.
What would I do if I used my powers for evil? Exactly this.
You know, it's so funny. You called yourself a psychopath.
Well, I understand them.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Maybe. But you know what? I've been told recently that I might be colorblind. So I don't know. You want to read this?
Well, no, that's coming up in the next segment. But right now, we're going to play a video for you. This came from Awesome Julie.
Well, listen, Dr.
Awesome
Dipshit.
Julie of the Valley.
Is
Hey.
this it?
No,
Oh.
that's not a video. That's a story that I
sorry.
teased for the next segment.
Well, see, when you take over one thing,
Then
the
you
whole
get all
machine
no,
falls
you get
apart.
all you get
Yeah.
all flubbed up and you
Yep,
can't
you're
manage.
right.
I distract him.
Are we doing this?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what we're
We're
doing.
gonna leave you guys out with this. Ugh,
It's dark, but
very.
it
so
makes
Banksy,
me
so-
want to cry, and I might cry, but
Look,
it's
welcome
very
to
effective.
welcome to the new world of political speech. When you got drones, son, which is what's going to be used in this, and a couple of people with a serious motivation, you know what happens? You get
Let me begin
shit
by
like
telling you what
this.
an honor it is to be here to help celebrate your graduation.
you can
Picture for a minute the young James Madison, for whom this school is named. This year,
go ahead. You want to read that?
Okay, so this graduation speech is not what it seems. So this is a former NRA president, I think it is.
David King.
And
Keener.
right now he believes that he is rehearsing for a graduation speech for a class of 2022. So he's talking
2021.
Was this 2021? No, this is 20 this is current.
Well, I mean, I guess technically they might be graduating in 2022 as the class of 2021 because of COVID or any other fucking reason. Doesn't
No,
matter.
it's
Not
2020.
pertinent to
It's
the
the
story.
class of 2020. But you're right. It's not pertinent to the story. But he's rehearsing, and there's a huge there are a whole bunch of seats that are empty
you're
right now
focused on one of the most
because he's
important-
rehearsing. Go ahead, crank it up.
Oh, here you go.
David thinks he's rehearsing a speech for a high school graduation. No, play him. Play him.
I'm playing.
Can they hear him?
It doesn't matter. The point is clear.
But each
You can
chair
explain it.
actually represents, go back. I
No,
need to
no.
read that whole thing. Each chair actually represents a senior who was murdered in a mass
2021.
shooting. Okay, this is from 2021.
No, that's the high school graduating class.
Okay. So each of
Looks
these,
like Arlington Cemetery to me.
it does to me too. He thinks that is actually, it probably is 2021 because look at the distance between them because of COVID.
6 foot. Makes sense.
So each of those seats is a high school senior who was murdered in a mass shooting.
I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, what?
3,044 high school seniors from the class of 2021 died in the U.S. from gun violence.
That's all? What? That's all? That's all. That's all you got? 3,000? Go, you one better?
Understand what has made the country the envy of the world, must accept as their own.
Okay, is anybody injured?
Yes, a lot of blood. Please help, please.
An overwhelming majority of you will go on to college, while others may decide their dream dictates a different route. to
What a
success.
colossal
You have to
douchebag.
understand that we're talking about losing your son
Not this guy.
or daughter. I cannot find anything more painful in life than that. We have to
Except for
be
missing Ab
louder,
Day.
and that means reaching more.
I'm sorry,
and
we're
more
trying to
people.
make it funny. There's no way to make funny out of this anymore.
So they are parents of a parkland, of one of the parkland
Yeah,
victims.
look, yeah, and they came together and were like, they trolled this guy amazingly.
I don't think I'd survive the death of my child. I think I would just say, take me out. I don't think I could do what they did.
But then you got to think about Pastor Locke. We must live so that we can troll the Pastor Locks of the world and douchebags that run the NRA. We'll be back in a moment. I am the J. Tyler.
I am your Ms. Parker.
Thanks for hanging in there. This
Is Nothing Yet Live.